Hi guys, my name is Nigel. I'm from One Esports, and I was one of the lucky people that Riot invited to test out their new map, Breeze, for Act 3. So I've played the map around probably, I think 10 times. I just wanted to share with you guys what I learned through my playthroughs. So first things first, let's look at the map. So the first thing that you need to keep in mind when you're playing in Breeze is there are 4 points to defend and 4 points for attackers to basically use to their advantage. So there's A site. This is basically, yeah, like the one corner of the map. There's A hall, or this is another version of mid, but let's just call it mainly A hall for now. This is mid pillar, basically the open area. Yeah, which I'm in now. And then there is B, which is quite open as well, and it's also located on the opposite side of the map. So first things first, if you're playing as defender, so let's just, start off with the good spots to hold. If you're playing defense, one of the really good spots I noticed, or I found that was really good to play, was this spot, because you can see through nest. Attackers spawn there. They can basically peek right into nest at the start of the round. They can also be pushing through here, this spot. So it's a really good. This is a really good spot to take a first fight, relocate, hold, and then basically just hold them off. Wait for your team to rotate. Another good spot to hold, which people don't really check all that much, is this corner. You can play close like this. You're basically gonna be safe from mid push if you're holding this spot. It's a one and done angle, so basically if they run in, if you don't kill anyone, there's nowhere for you to get cover unless you're a Jett, so you can dash out, but it's still very difficult. So it's something that people don't expect. We didn't expect it all that much, that people will be holding that spot. Other spot people could hold for a crossfire with that is here on B. You can even be perched up if you want. Same thing with this. You can be perched up here, aiming there. You can get ops are gonna be really good in this map. So that's basically B. If you get overrun in B, you can just retreat here to mid or B arches. This is called B arches, I think. Yeah. Well, defender side arches. You just wait here, wait for the rotate, and then play retake after. If you're playing mid, a good spot to hold is basically this spot. You can stop people from running into A wood doors, basically the entry to A from mid. So you can hold this spot, you can hold this spot, you can be down here too. You have a rifle. And you can push through here to flank. Mid control is important, but the thing that you need to keep in mind if you're playing mid is it's very open. People from A, people from B, attacker side can be pushing you from here. People from here. If someone's from A halls, they can basically drop down the chute, which I will show you real quick. So there's a chute right here. If you drop down, you're already at mid. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're playing mid. So actually, we were already there. So if you're playing defense on A halls, it's basically just a narrow corridor gunfight, unless you use your smokes or utility, but that's basically what it is. Yeah, you're just playing through these double doors. Yeah, it is double doors. So that's A halls is fairly simple. For A site, if you're playing defense, you can hold this spot. Like, this is a really good spot. It'll be safe from mid push, from A main push, and you can just like hide here up until like, you know, they start going into backside. The thing that you need to keep in mind if you're playing this spot is this is wall, you know, like they can wall bang you from if you're holding this spot. Like everywhere else, actually, like you can't be. Like, this one is, but like, the metal isn't. Like you have to be. It has to be the edge for it to go through. Another good spot to hold is basically this spot.
Here.
Like, wait for them to get to this spot. This is basically the plant area. Like this whole pyramid is the spike plant area. So if you hold this spot, they probably won't expect it. You can peek into A cave or A main. And the other, like here, you can open the door. This door is not breakable, by the way. It's not breakable. You have to open and close it to play around it. So we can open the door, but you'll be exposed here. But this is a good spot to like play in, as long as there's no people in A halls, enemy agents in A halls. Another spot that people will probably be using, because this is really safer than what I showed you earlier. Like from here, the pyramids are going to be blocking your line of sight, but if they're pushing through here, you take shots. If you've killed enough, or like, you know, get 2 op kills, you can push forward and start clearing the site. So in terms of defenders, that's basically like the basics. For attackers, so the barrier is here. As attackers, there are some really aggressive plays that you have to be careful of, because this happened to us with the enemy team's defender side. So as the attackers, the barrier for us at the start of the round is here. And here. The barrier for the defenders is just here. It could be all be here at the start of the round. So they will get to this spot earlier than you can get to like a safe corner. So the best thing to do really is, if you're playing A, have someone play in A caves and make sure to fight them here. Don't let them go in. And then if you're the ones playing in A shop, just be careful. Like, you know, play close, jiggle peek. Make sure it's clear before you go in. And then if it is clear, the next thing you need to do is basically from what I showed you earlier. You can smoke this. You can also smoke bridge. Or I guess you can smoke like this spot. So you can just like run in, plant. You'll be exposed to this. Yeah, another thing I forgot to say, I guess, is like this is also a good spot to hide as a defender. So this is one thing you need to be careful of. You can wall bang this to make it clear it out before you like go into the side. There's also that. So yeah, in terms of attacking A site, that's basically how it is. If you're playing from here, if you're playing like the barrier for A halls is this. You can't really go up to the rope and like stay here. The barrier is all the way down here. At the start of the round, you basically go up, and someone will be there already if they're defending A hall. So you know, if you get that kill, that opens that up. I don't think there are gonna be 2 people. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't really know how the enemy team will be playing this, but if you get an opening kill here, this could potentially open up the site for your team, and this will make it difficult for whoever is in A site. If you're playing A halls as well. You can just like drop to mid. If your team is, you know, playing mid, and then they just know someone's holding mid nest, you just drop here. They might not be prepared for you dropping down, try to get the kill. So yeah, like the barrier is supposed to be here at the start of the round for mid. So you can just run up, fight nest, fight A doors. The barrier will be here as well. So that's the thing that you need to keep in mind if you're pushing mid. Just watch over this. Watch over this. If no one's playing A halls, the defenders could have pushed down and dropped down and catch you guys off guard. That's one thing to keep in mind. For B, there are two avenues of attack in B, and you can actually like transition to mid through B. So I think B starts. Oh, the B starts here. The barrier orb starts here.
Watching here.
And oh no. Barrier orb starts here for attackers, and then here as well. So with the barrier orb here, you can push through here, but similar to A, there's a good chance that defenders might push B main. Yeah. So their barrier orb is here. They could basically smoke this so that they don't get peeked right away and just run in and take the fight. If they get the kill, they have control of this spot already. And the person in B window is basically just, he's gonna have to fight possibly someone here or someone pushing him, you know? For B, with that in mind, if you are pushing from B to B mid, be careful of this spot. So once you've cleared that, this is basically the shortest route to mid, and it brings you to the high ground of mid. And you can, if you clear this out, if the enemy team over an A is taking a while to rotate, you can push through here, which is mid B tunnel. And then from there, this is much easier to attack compared to like this one. And you can basically clear. It's just a lot easier to clear B site from B tunnel instead of B main. But you should have people in B main too. So from there, if you're playing B window, so B window, again, like there could be someone here. It'll be much better if you can smoke that to make sure you don't give the enemy team line of sight when you're running in. And then from here, again, stuff that you're gonna want to clear are these spots. Once you have it, just play for the post plant. Post plant, okay, like I've explained all attacker and defender side. Let's talk about post plant.
30 seconds left. I'm amped. Let's go. I got things to do. Stay safe.
So, oh, forgot the bomb. The post plant.
I got the spike.
So at the start of the round, you basically spawn there. The best places to plant. So far, we haven't really seen like a god spot in terms of like planting the bomb. I've seen bomb plant here, and then they just play corners with the bomb planted here. They just play corners of pyramid and peek through here, like peek through here. I've also seen bomb plants wherein you plant here, but it's so open. Like, I guess the safest spot really to plant is like here, because you're covered by here, by this. You're not gonna get shot from what do you call this? A switch. You're not gonna get shot from there. You're not gonna get shot from backside. You
Here.
have to clear this, but you can clear that easily as soon as you drop down, you know. And then you can just plant here, behind here. Another option to plant in is this, in between of the pyramids, because after post plant, just fall back, give them. You can give them sight. It's similar to, like, you know how in Bind you plant the bomb facing hookah window. It's kind of like that. So the bomb planted there can play a cave and just, even if they smoke you out, you just have to ping the bomb and just spam it. If they don't have like a sage wall to defend the the diffuse, you should be fine. Planting in backside, you can plant backside if you guys intend to push and take control of a switch and bridge.
Here.
Like, you can plant here. You can't really plant at a spot that will keep it open for bridge because of the blockers. But you can plant for a switch, so I guess like anywhere here open, more open the better. I guess like this spot is gonna be the best spot, because if, let's say it's a one-on-one, you have the bomb and you have enough time to plant the bomb and get to a safe spot because the enemy agent is from B. So you can plant here, open the switch, and play it here. It's fairly safe here. So as long as you don't get flanked, you're just watching this side, this side. It's very difficult for them to, like, okay, like, I have to kill the person here in A halls. It'll be difficult for them to run in because their first instinct is to get close to the bomb and tap it so that you have to peek. But once they do, they're at low ground. There's there. So you can just jiggle peek it, make sure they're off. You can even take your time before you peek, because as long as they don't know where you are, like, they could be clearing, or like they could be aiming at so many different spots. That's one thing to keep in mind in terms of A site post plant. For B is a little bit tricky because it's very open. Like, you can play around this pillar, but similar to like A, you can plant in front of the site, like here, and then just play post plant. You can retreat to B main, hold this, someone holds this spot, and then you just like fight people funneling into the site, B site. You can even play in window if you have an op, stop the defuse. If you end up, there's another spot that you can like plant here, but the thing is, if you plant here, you're most likely gonna hold it here, right? And the thing is, there's so many places for you to get pushed if you're holding back wall, B back. So if you planted it there, let's say people are coming from here, you are safe and you can take quick shots. But let's say they get close, like someone's here already, someone's here, you're fighting two people off. It's very difficult. I think it's better if you just like plant here and play B main. Another option is basically like plant here in the open, where you can see from here, and hold. Someone can hold here, and you can hold here. This means it's planted for you. The bomb is gonna be somewhere there, so you can play defenders spawn arches. So that's basically post plant. As far as I know, yeah, that's the best spots to plant the bomb. There could be better spots. I just haven't found them yet. Moving on to agent list. So let's talk about duelist. As you can see, I'm playing Jett. I personally think she is the best duelist in this map because it's such a wide open space. She can dash in and out like really bad spots. She can smoke for herself. She can even like do one-way smokes for herself. She's just, you know, and since this is gonna be an operator filled map, like operator sniping is gonna be very viable in this map because you can just like hold spots easy. It'd be so hard for attackers to figure out where you're gonna be opping from. So Jett is basically the best choice for Breeze. Aside from that, I think Yoru actually is a really good pick in this map because of his gate crash. There's so much open space for him to basically
30 seconds left.
They're freeze.
My ult's ready. Pick something nice to kill them with. It's the least we can do. Hit them when they're not looking.
It's very easy to like just I want to flank through mid.
Cutting through.
Just throw it like that. It's going through. There. I think it's gonna push through. Anyway, in terms of like flanking, he can get in the back lines easy. His flashes are great because you know, you can throw them from a distance. And just faking out footsteps, I think, is also a viable choice. Just it's so open of a map, and there's a good chance that they're not gonna check. They're just gonna be like, okay, someone's at mid or someone's pushing mid. You know, I think that like along with his ult, where you can just you know, with the new recent patch that you can basically use gate crash while you're in his ult, like you can just get info easy without being in danger. So yeah, I think Yoru is a good pick for this map. People just need to get used to like using the agent, I think. We also have Reyna. I think Reyna is going to be good in this map as well, but because that doesn't really
if you've never
say much about the agent, because Reyna plays the same way in most other maps. You know, like she can play close and play one and done spots like this, like earlier. But as soon as she gets the first kill, she can basically Leer and then just go B tunnel, and then you know it's another fight again. Her flash doesn't really flash your teammate. It can be used for entry. It's perfect, and then her ult, it'll give you the advantage. Like after each fight, you're full healed, so that's great. And then Raze is good. Raze I think is going to be good in this map too because
30 seconds left.
My ult's ready. Anyone have any splints? I may have jammed my fingers.
she can control space. So if you're playing a, just like start boombot that right away. If it tags someone, you know someone's there. You just have to be smart with her utility, I guess. So they're pushing in, you know, control space. Nade. They're pushing in through. If they're at mid, they're playing here. Push them out. You know, like with them running back, take shots. And the biggest advantage she has is basically the blast pack.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Like there's so many different like spots you can perch yourself up, and then basically just like, you know, like
Satchel out.
blast 2. Like from if you're attacking, you're basically here already. If you're at mid, I'm pretty sure there's so many blast back spots to just clear distance like this one. You're already here, you know, like you're already pushed. You're already here. Attackers spawn. So Raze is gonna be really dangerous in this map. Phoenix, however, I think Phoenix is gonna struggle in this map mainly because his flashes are so
30
short
seconds
range.
left.
So short range. His ult is still gonna be really good. But
I'm kind of feeling myself right now. Y'all better keep up.
like,
Let's go.
as a defender, I guess it's okay. But as an attacker, let's say you're attacking from 2B as Phoenix. For you to, you're gonna have to like flash from here, but that doesn't clear this or this. For you to flash those, that spot, probably like here, but like if you're flashing here, you're super exposed, you know, from everywhere. Molly is good. Wall is actually really good. Like,
Going up.
you just have to be smart. Like, it's not like he's not playable, but you're just gonna have to like use a lot of utility in tandem to make him work. So yeah, I'd rate Jett as the best duelist probably for this map. For controllers, it's like we can go straight to Brimstone and show you.
30 seconds left.
It's gonna be difficult for Brimstone to play in this map.
Safety's off.
It's not that he also is still a choice that you can go with because he has 3 smokes to use at the same time. That's a big bonus. But let's say you're playing mid or like just A. They ask you to play A. Like, it's gonna be very difficult for you to like get all the way here, B main, smoke B main, because the range of his smoke is not that great. You have to run all the way here, like here over in mid, from A to smoke B main. Similar problem if you're playing in B and you have to smoke somewhere in A. Have to go all the way. His ult is still gonna be really good. That's one reason why he's probably gonna be viable. Stim Beacon is okay, not great. Molly is gonna be really good, but again, it's only one. He only has one Molly. Moving to Omen. So
30 seconds left.
Omen is really good in this map. I probably played him the most in the early access games that we played.
Will be their nightmare.
So with Omen, you can basically like hold high ground spots that they might not be expecting. You can basically smoke from really far. Well, not that far, but it's still much better than Brimstone.
Going out.
So I'm still somewhat in B, but I was able to like smoke A main, you know. Yeah, he has 2 smokes. He can just basically wait for the cooldown, and he's gonna get. He has the potential to have the most smokes in a round compared to any other controller agent, so that's great. Flash is gonna be really good as well. Yeah, all of his abilities, including this, because if you're playing in A or B, like look at how far it's opposite sides. The maps are on opposite sides, so your ult has really good value, especially if like you're a player who likes doing the I have the bomb, I'm just gonna switch sites and then plant there, you know. That's still a good strategy. Um, in that sense, yeah, I'd rate Omen really high in this map. Moving on, Astra. I'd actually rate Astra as the best smoke agent in this map
30 seconds left.
because
You can tell a person's character by their first action. Check me then, eh?
so with Astra and her astral form,
I have the spike.
you can smoke anywhere you want, regardless of where you are in the map. And her utility from the stun and the pull is just really, really good. Her ult, I haven't explored that much for this map, but I'm sure it'll have like its own uses, like post plant here. You can like ult this. You just ult that, you know. But the biggest reason why Astra is going to be a really good agent in this map is because all the way in A, they say smoke B for us.
Concealment.
It's smoke. Easy. At the start of the round, if you're defending, you don't even have to like wait for callouts. You can just have spots that's already like pre-smoked. That's not really a good spot to smoke. This is a good spot to smoke. And this is a really good spot to smoke. So yeah, like if they're like, okay, I see someone like B main,
Concealment.
smoke. If they say something like, oh, I see one lurking in A,
Blocking vision.
you know, make it a little bit difficult for them. Same thing here. If they're gonna be pushing through A halls,
Obscuring vision.
like you can just, if they decide to push through, you have someone holding here and they say, okay, I see 3 people pushing A halls, you know,
Blasting them, pulling them in.
make it difficult for them. It's so easy. Like as an Astra, like this is the best spot to defend. The same thing, they're pushing through B main, smoke that, put another star before it, so you smoked it. If they say, okay, they're pushing, they're full sending to B site, just,
Pulling them in.
you know, slow them down, wait for the team to get to a place where they can play post plant or retake. Just let them play retake. So in that sense, Astra is probably the best smoke agent, not controller, smoke agent. Actually, like Viper is a bit of a question mark for me, because as a smoke agent, I mean, she's not great. The wall is not good, but
30 seconds left. Thrifty.
we were playing against like a really high ranked Viper during the early access, and she was doing, or well, like the player was doing some really crazy stuff. Well, just basically on holds. This mainly because like he was getting a lot of kills. So on defense in B, he'd often like just ball it like this. What this does is in the pistol round, the wall up like this. Actually, like you could have. I think this is a bad wall. Wall.
Here.
You can hit this side in this angle because you don't want them to see through anything. Anyway.
Toxin screen down.
So what happened is this person was like playing like this spot or like even here wide open.
Toxins going up.
Wall up. Anyone who pushes through takes damage or, you know, gets reduced health and armor.
Toxin screen down.
This means with the Deagle, it only takes like 1 or 2 shots for Viper to take down the enemy team in B main. And it doesn't really matter. If this person had like a rifle and the enemy team was, like the attacker side team was basically running in, it's so easy to get a 3k in that sense. So the best thing to do if you're playing against a Viper who's doing this, wait for the wall to go down. That's it. Like don't try to like force it. You could try to catch her off guard, but the chances are she's not. Best thing to do is like try to make noise somewhere else in the map, get this person out of position, and then if you want to push through the wall, you can. Another good reason why she's a good agent in this map, she has 2 mollies compared to Brimstone's 1. and her own like standalone smoke is pretty good for post plant. You can basically like, you know, if it's planted for B,
Poison orb emitting.
smoke it like that. Not entirely like that. It's a bad smoke, but you got my point.
Poison's off.
You can smoke yourself off, throw it on the bomb, like tap, smoke, peek out, you know, stuff like that. And her ult is just great.
Don't get in my way.
They have to like run into this, and then you can like play inside out. Yeah, it's gonna discourage the enemy team from, you know, going into this site. If they see this, they're just gonna rotate already. That means like your Viper can basically play this spot alone, and everyone else can stack one spot. So that's great. So yeah, I think Viper is still gonna be really good in this map. Moving on to initiators. So I don't think I have to show Sova. Sova is just really good in this map. You guys know all about his owl drone. You guys know about his recon arrow. Like, I'm pretty sure there are already lineups from really top level streamers who, you know, mastered Sova. They're already making lineups from like here, from B, hit arrow into mid or even into A, stuff like that, you know. And with his ult,
My ultimate is ready.
it just works because you can play post plant. You tag someone, ult makes it a 4v5. If they're running in, just ult, you know, arrow in, or like, you know, try to get as much kills as you can. With Breach is really good too, because he can do long range flashes for his team. I don't think he should be flashing for himself in this map, because there are no narrow corridors that he can like capitalize on for it. So he will really need to like you know, like coordinate with his team in terms of which flashes to, like, when to flash basically. His ult is still gonna be good. It's not gonna be great because it's not gonna hit the full site, but it's still gonna clear a good amount of space if you're playing post or you're, you know, attacking a site. His aftershock, I think, the one that does damage, can be very difficult to like hit, but it'll be able to like push people off if they're playing post plant, you know, like in over here through aftershock here, just to make sure it's clear. And his stun, his E, is also good because good distance. Someone's pushing in, it'll slow them down. That's a pretty good way to help your team and buy them some time to rotate. Who else? Well, I think the best initiator here, well, Sova is gonna be close to this pick, but I personally think Skye is gonna be the best initiator in this in Breeze. Let me show you why.
30 seconds left. Thrifty.
If you see one of my creatures, it's a good thing, alright? We'll figure out what they do eventually.
So on attack, if you're playing Skye,
I got the spike.
again,
Here.
the wall is here, barrier wall is here, barrier wall is here,
Here.
and barrier wall is here.
Watching this spot.
At the start of the round, you can just like throw your hawk over, straight to B, flash. You're flashing entry. So if anyone's like holding close,
Here.
they're already flashed. If they pushed in here, I don't think they're gonna get flashed. But like if they're holding here, they're just like, you know, in this spot, flash is gonna hit here. If you're playing mid, or if you get to this spot already,
Hawk out.
and you wanna flash backside, like, well, actually, you can just throw it here so it's much faster. Backside. If you wanna flash
Hawk out.
the left side, flash, easy, and you'll be able to tell if someone's there or not, so it's very valuable. Over in mid, so you spawn somewhere here. I mean, you can be here already, start of the round.
Hawk out!
It's all flashes in safe distances. Like,
Hawk out!
if they're in that open space, if you push in a little bit further, you have to be
Here.
careful here and here.
Hawk out!
Flash that. You can flash nest. Well,
Hawk out!
yeah. If you're from here,
Hawk
you
out!
think someone's inside, flash, you know? Similar with A. If you're playing from A shop and you think they're gonna push through, just hold this spot then. Flash in. If they're pushed in, they would be tagged and flashed, and if someone from your team is playing here, they can just capitalize. If you have A cave control,
Hawk out!
you know, flash. Like as I stated earlier, if they're holding here,
Hawk out!
you can throw a specific flash for that one person. If they get flashed, if you get an indicator that oh there's someone there, wall bang it. It's a you know, you can just shoot through that box. If you think someone's holding close,
Hawk out!
flash it quick. You know, if you're already in the site, if you think someone's
Hawk out!
playing bridge, flash. They're just flashed. They're playing here, playing behind box. You know, they're like here, back pyramids. I think it catches this guy too if you flash it here. That's just, you know, great value. It's not something like Sova Owl Drone that tags someone, but the fact that they're flashed and you know they're there, that's all the information you need. With this,
Time to hunt.
I forgot the name of this ability. Trailblazer, I think. It's great for getting information as well. It'll do damage as well. It'll stun. So in terms of like attacking, that's great. In defense, use it to scout. So if they're like, okay, I'm gonna clear shop, no one's in shop, someone might be in cave, but it doesn't look like an A hit. It's easy. Same if you can do the same thing if you're the one defending. If you want to flash through, if you think someone's at mid, pop. You know, if you think someone's pushing B main, easy. And with the ult, it just gives you so much more information as well. And she also has a heal. So if you guys decide not to run a Sage, you still have a heal. So I think that's why Skye is going to be a really good pick for Breeze. Moving on to Sentinels. So looking into the other healer, I have seen a lot of people play Sage
30 seconds left.
in
Thrifty.
the
Last round before the switch.
early access games that I've played.
Spend all.
They all try to do
As one.
these cheeky walls. So, you know, like this spot, like, okay, like I'll show you the walls I think that are good first and foremost. I think from mid, as a defender, if you stay here, this is a good wall to like perch yourself up on.
Wall raised.
Actually, that's a little bit too high. I think it's better if it's not above the crates. Something like this.
Barrier breach.
Oh, that's still above the crates. Sorry. I guess this. Yeah,
Barrier breach.
it's like if you crouch, well, they see your head, but it's a lot harder shot to hit if you're just not like completely out and exposed. Like the wall is higher than, you know, that wall. And the good thing about like this one is you can just like jump over it again, just, you know, jump crouch. So that's one wall you can use. Again, like if you're playing Sage, it's still gonna be better to just wall a site. I mean, not the A site, I mean one site. So if you're like playing Sage here,
Wall raised.
you play above your wall, or they might expect you to be above this, you know. That'll slow the enemy, the attacking team so that your defender side team can rotate from wherever they need to be. If you hear a lot of people just outside of B, and if they're all just breaking the wall, just fall back, look for a good spot to hold. If you don't want to deal with them like rushing in, you can give the site. With all of them in the site and your team basically trickling into tunnel, main, flank, it'll be difficult for the attacker side to play post plant. Over here, I saw someone do this wall. So basically what this wall does is like you can perch yourself up as well, so you can like defend it. Like this spot. What this effectively does is, if you give up mid control, you're gonna be forced to play B tunnel, which is okay. The worst thing you can do as a defender, or the worst things that I've seen as a defender, is basically like someone just basically from mid runs in straight, goes here, and shoots like, you know, people from bridge or this spot. Like, again, like there are 4 lines of attack in this map. So if one is open, chances are the other people in, you know, the other points of contention are just gonna get flanked, and that's really bad. And not only is this like a really good spot to like push through, because not only can you go through A, kill someone from bridge or like someone playing mid, you know, A halls, you can run into defender spawn and just play defender spawn arches. This is a really good spot to attack and just, you know, catch the enemy team, like defending team, off guard. So if you're pushing through here, you're already here, and you have other teammates pushing through mid, B tunnel, or like even B main. Like if I'm the one holding, let's say, this spot, I'd have to hold this and this is a difficult, you know, swing to make. As a very, like, if it was B tunnel and arches, I think that's much easier because here, you know, you're protected by the pillar. But yeah, just be careful about like those push flanks. And Sage is a really good agent to like stop those flanks, basically. If you think you're gonna push through, well, I don't think it's a good idea to wall maybe like this, but if, you know, you're exposing yourself to people who might be in like A halls, just to wall this. This wall is okay because you don't want to wall this, because they can just like run in uncontested and start fighting people through these A door switches. So in terms of A main, you can wall A main. Just safe.
On my mark.
Just safe wall. Like that. I think you can wall yourself like this. Yeah, just hide here. This is a good like Sage spot. Yeah. You can break it at the start of the round there, just to make sure that they don't see it. But other walls. I guess this? I guess no. Or I actually don't know. I'm pretty sure there are gonna be like a lot of like. Can you actually go over this? No, you can't. You can't. So I think this is a bad spot to be perched up though. But yeah, like, you know, you don't have to perch yourself up. It's still a really good choice to like just wall safe, especially in like low elo. I think that's fine. Same thing. Slow is going to be very valuable, and res is always good. So Sage is still a viable choice. Expect to see a lot of Sages in Breeze. Next one would be Killjoy. Killjoy is okay.
30 seconds left. Thrifty.
My ultimate
Switching
is ready.
sides.
Don't die.
Match
If you need
point.
help figuring out how, just ask.
I think I made a mistake, but it's okay. Because I wanted to show Cypher at the end, but the game might end. It's okay. So Killjoy is still pretty good in terms of just holding one spot. You know, just to make sure, okay. You don't have to expose yourself to find out where the enemy team is. You can, like,
Out.
put a turret there. Make sure there's a
Coming
better
back.
turret spot.
Placing sentry.
Something like that. If it starts shooting, you know someone's there. You can put
Placing
mollies.
swarm grenade.
You can put alarm bot.
Placing alarm.
The
bot.
biggest weakness Killjoy has is basically the space. Like, look at where this is. So, let's say you set up in B. Well, this works similar to like other maps, but let's just say, like, just because this map is bigger than most maps. Maybe not as big as Icebox, but you've already set up in B, and let's say someone's like at mid. Okay, someone's playing mid. Your turret is gonna be off. Like, if you wanna hold this, like, the best place for you to like hold mid from is basically just here, which is a bad spot. Or you can play pillar, but if they dashed in or blast backed in or Yoru teleport in, like, you're kind of exposed. So that's one weakness I think Killjoy has in this map. It's just too open for her, and the range of her abilities is not that great. I
Calling my bot.
do still think, like, you know, if you need someone to like lock down a site, she's still gonna be really, really good as a sentinel agent, because
Swarm grenade out.
you know, you can just molly them off, slow down the push,
Recalling my bot.
hold this.
Watching this.
You know, it depends on how you play it. In terms of just her kit, it's just more difficult to use her in this map compared to, like, let's say, I don't know, a split or a bind or I think those two maps come to mind, because the best thing you can do when you're playing Killjoy is to make sure all her abilities are being used. So, you know, they're active. They need to be active. If they're not, because you're rotating all of a sudden,
Bot coming
or
back.
like it's out of range, her usefulness just drops. Her ult is still gonna be good, I think. It's just, you know, if we look at like a site and you're a Killjoy, oh, I need to like ult. Like, if you're ulting as an attacker from here, like, let's say you just like, you're even like able to run in.
Initiated. My ultimate is ready.
That's basically as far as it goes. It'll push people off like this, but this is still a good spot to defend, you know. So if you're running in, you'd think, okay, the Killjoy ultimate is about to like go off. You're still gonna get shot going in, so be mindful of that. Like, if you're pushing through mid, I guess like this is a good spot, but again, if you're ulting at the spot wherein it's supposed to be contested, there's a good chance that you and your ult is gonna get shot. So that's one thing to keep in mind. This is why I think, well, I don't like, if I like switch to the agent, it'll go 13-0. So I think I'll just like talk about it. So with Cypher is great. I think he's better than Killjoy just because of his usefulness and his ability, his, you know, agent abilities. It doesn't require the player to be close to them to use them. So if you leave like Cam here, you'll be able to see into a cave, and you can even hold mid. So you can hold two spots at once. You can even like put trips to play around, you know, like put a trip here, make sure like one lines up here. I've tried putting down trips here,
Here.
but it only goes up until here.
Here.
So if people run in through here, like, they will not get tripped. But if they run through here, try to get like a quick plant, you know, like, they will get tripped. And if you're playing here and they get tripped, that should be an easy kill. His cages are still really good. I've seen someone use a one-way smoke on A halls already with Cypher. I don't know where they placed it. It's like somewhere up here or something. So like from here, you don't really see anyone in because the smoke is like, or the Cypher cage is basically just somewhere here. But for Cypher, like, you can see the legs somewhere here. I can't remember who it was, but I just know like there are already Cyphers in the early access who are like experimenting with one ways. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And his ult, basically getting information where everyone is in such an open map, is going to be pivotal to winning the round, because, oh, you know, like, I ulted, turns out there are only like 3 people here in A, and there are like 2 people lurking from mid, and someone's already pushed into A halls already. You know, those things could make or break the round for your team. Similar to in attack, basically if you ult, oh, they only have like 1 person defending B, or like A is wide open, that's just perfect. Aside from that, in terms of one-way smokes, I'm not sure if I showed you guys the one-way smoke with Omen. You can basically smoke this spot above.
Here.
What that effectively does is you can see their legs from here, and if you're playing Nest, you can see their legs. Well, I can't even remember if I showed it already or not. But yeah, trying to recall everything I need to remember before. What else? I think that's it in terms of everything you need to know if you're gonna start playing Breeze. I'll try to put in timestamps on the video so that you know if you're, you know, like an agent specialist, you can just like, click on which agent you want to like learn from. With that said, I'll keep on testing out the beta or like early access up until they close it down, and I hope you guys enjoy playing Breeze. I personally had a lot of fun playing the map. I think it's one of the best maps, better maps that Riot has added to Valorant. Like, I mean, it's gonna be in Valorant because it's just a lot of fun. There's so many different gunfights, angles, flanks, pushes, you know, lurk plays you can go with, and with the different agent compositions you can go with in your matches, it's always going to be different. It's always going to be fresh. They did say that they want the weaker or like the lesser picked agents to shine. I think they might be referring to Yoru, maybe even Viper. But other than that, like, yeah, if Phoenix is a high pick, I don't think Phoenix still might be picked a lot in this map. I just don't think he's gonna be as well of a duelist compared to everyone else. I do think this is a map where controller agents and initiator agents shine. And as much as I said about like Sage and Cypher and Killjoy, I think there's a good chance that, you know, you can even run a team that doesn't have a Sentinel agent, in my opinion. Because Sova, Skye can both gather intel on the enemy teams, regardless of like which side they play on, attacker or defender side. Yeah, I think Astra is gonna be a really good pick in this map. Yeah, with that said, hope you guys enjoy when the map releases in Act 3. That should be on August 28th, Wednesday. I think it's around like early morning. I'm not entirely sure. you guys can check the article. I wrote an article about the new map. Just a quick rundown of, you know, what it's all about, what inspired Riot to like set it in the Caribbean islands, Bermuda Triangle, I mean. So yeah, like, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy. Stay safe, take care. I'll see you guys in the next one.